Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I got a good one for you today. I'm back at the Pacific Air Show, and it is packed out here. And I want to cover banking, all these banking nightmares that are happening as I walk back to my group. But this is incredible out here. All these jets, all these planes, all these people, banking problems. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now, first things first, guys. A woman wrote me with great detail. Check this out, guys. The FedEx plane. Isn't that cool? Woman wrote me who has dual citizenship. She is born here in the States and lives in Great Britain as well. So she asked me, Dan, please don't use my name, but you can tell my story. And she called herself an angry American Brit. So the angry American Brit comes out, and think about this. We're having nothing but problems with the banks. You've heard about the deposit issues. You've heard about the credit issues. Now it's happening with American Express, and this is great. She shared some great stuff with me. First things first, American Express is going to people and cutting credit lines and spending. Now, the angry American Brit has got good credit. She's got about $40,000 combined credit with everything. Usually pays everything off every month, which is great, okay? American Express, she said, I'm going to take Dan's advice. I'm going to go back. I'm going to start using my credit cards and making sure everything's active. She goes out and does a simple purchase on the American Express card, and they immediately send her a letter and saying, hey, listen, upon further review, we're lowering your credit limit. We're lowering it to $8,100 effective, 8,100 pounds effective immediately. So they lowered it to 8,100 pounds. And here's the sick thing. The cash withdrawal on her card is now at 179 pounds. Okay, how do you take out an odd figure like that out of an ATM? Hey, I need money. I need 179 pounds. You know, it makes no sense. So that's happening. Guys, this is happening all over the place. Now, one thing that the Economic Ninja covered with his own business credit card was that the banks are starting to make different restrictions on people right now. Now, think about this. You have what they call a stated income loan, basically, when you get a credit card. Hey, I make this amount of money. Here's my credit. Here's my job. Here's where I live, okay? And basically, you tell them this, and you don't need any further documentation when you deal with credit cards on, 90% of these. So with that being said, American Express is no different. So now what they're doing is they're saying, listen, upon further review, if we could see 3 months of your bank statements and more financial information, it may sway our decision in raising your credit line back up. Guys, this is the kiss of death. This is it. And again, angry American Brit could give them this. She's like, pass, I'm not giving them that. No way. Now, the point is that there's no guarantees that they're going to do this. It'll take 14 days from when they get the financial statements to make their decision. Okay? That's nuts. So, the other thing is you can call us and we can have a review meeting, and we can determine if we're going to raise your credit limit back to where it was before. Got the planes circling behind me. Now, no. Now, the other thing is, upon you charging on the card, making additional payments, over the course of the next 3 months, we'll determine if we want to raise your credit limit back to what it was. Guys, this is never going to happen. You have to understand, this is the pattern that they're doing with everybody, and that's to lower your credit rate, your credit lines right now. So we are seeing this with everything. We are seeing it with straight credit. We're seeing it with credit cards. We're seeing it with credit lines. We're seeing it with absolutely everything. And it makes no difference. Angry American Brit got good credit, And again, she said, Dan, I got credit cards on both sides of the pond. Very cool. So with that being said, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Now, another subscriber writes me, Lisa, and says, hey, I got pre-approved for a credit card, and they wanted me to give a fee up front, which again, usually when you don't have the best credit, this is what they do, which is not the end of the world because you need a credit card. So they said, listen, you've been approved for $1,200. She gives them the $75 fee up front, and then they issue the credit card for $600. Upon further review, this is what we're willing to do. Do you want the card or not? And of course, you have the card in your hand, you're like, okay, I'm going to keep the card. Guys, it's a pattern. It's an absolute pattern. We're seeing so many people right now, and I'm telling you this right now. I could talk to you every day about this, about how people cannot get money out of the bank. You've got to be proactive with this stuff. You can follow all this stuff, and you can go, and you can, submit all this stuff to the bank. I think it's crazy if you guys do this right now. I really do. I think that you need to have a credit card. You need to pay your bills on time. And I'm all for not having credit card debt in the first place. So, Lisa's situation is a little different. Know what's on your credit report. Okay? Know if there's any problems, first of all, so you can deal with that. So I try to stay out of the water. And, there's a real problem with the UK pension funds. Seriously. There are 10 million Brits right now that are at risk of having their pension be completely destroyed. In fact, this week in the UK, there's I love this, a pension expert who's going to meet with the Bank of England to determine what they can do to solidify this. Guys, it's done. It is finished. You have to look at your pensions there and here, and you have to take a look at this, because if they're talking about what can be done to fix something, you don't fix something that's not broken. And again, the neglect of all these pension funds and how they put everything off to the end. Oh, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Things are going to turn around. It's not turning around. Now, have a good relationship with your bank. Walk into your bank. Oh, it's such a pain. They're such idiots. I don't care what you do. Walk in there and tell them you want your ATM withdrawal limit raised. Okay? Now, there are super wealthy people out there that have, $5,000 ATM limits. The best, I've talked to a lot of banks over the last 2 weeks, and they've told me the most that they would recommend would be $1,500. So, $1,500 out of the ATM. A lot of business cards, they say, have less. And oh, by the way, the thing that I got a kick out of, and I'll show you, I shared all that stuff that Angry American Brit shared me, was she said, hey, notify everybody on all the card holders. This affects everybody. So the entire account was turned upside down. So look at your stability with these banks. These banks have problems right now. We have a pension problem here, and you can sit there and go, oh, this guy's an idiot. You're crazy. Ran into somebody today riding his bike as I'm coming to set up shop for the air show. And he says, Dan, I'm really worried about my pension. You should be. You should go in there and talk to these people. You should go into your bank and talk to your bank right now. Have a sit down with the manager that you've never met. Go do that. Now, Kent, another subscriber who was furious, okay? Kent sent me an email this morning today about how stupid people are when it comes to following financial advice from the people on TV. And what an absolute problem it is right now. Now, you can sit there and say, well, we've got to follow somebody's advice. We do, but Kent's right. If you look at history, after, the crash of 29, the stock market basically was dormant from 1931 to 1951. Really didn't go anywhere. A little up, a little down. Didn't do anything spectacular. That's, he thinks, is what's about to happen. But you need to protect yourself right now. Do a Greg. Remember, we talked about Greg. Greg's the guy that turned everything to cash right now and then put it into a Fidelity fund. I'm not giving you financial advice. You need to talk to a financial advisor. But what would you do? You know what? Again, I say things like, what would you do if your brother walked in here? Oh, tell my brother this. No, no, the brother that you like. Tell me what you would do with the brother that you like. Okay? If your mom came in, would you give her this advice? It's your money, guys. I don't care if you have $5,000 or $5 million. You need to protect yourself right now. Now, here's the other thing. We're about to go into such a spike. Think about this. For electricity, natural gas, heating oil, everything right now. And it's going to go through the flipping roof. There was a house that we talked about, the most expensive house that was ever built, called The One in Los Angeles, that had, you know, the thing's $141 million. Thing went into bankruptcy. Think about this. This thing's got like 14 bedrooms. It's got 42 bathrooms in this house. Think about this. To cool the room with the air conditioning, it was $24,000 a month when they tried to sell the house. 24 grand. That's insane. Nobody's living in the house, guys, and it's $24,000 a month to pay the electric bill. Okay? Now, here's the problem. Now that they're trying to sell the house and everything's shooting up right now, the electric bill's $42,000 a month. 42 grand. So, again, guys, everything is shooting up. Plus, I want to end this thing with this. We went out, loaded, hey, let's go to Whole Foods, let's buy everything. Let's get, food, meat, everything, Whole Foods, by the way, is fantastic. They got a smoker, and they smoke all these meats and stuff. It's just great. But I went and got fresh fruit. Hey, what do you want? Let me know. I'll pick it up. So one person wanted watermelon, okay? So I got the chopped watermelon. Look at this. It was over $14 for a package of watermelon. That is lunacy, guys. That's absolutely end of days when you have $14 watermelon, okay? Just a quick video today. But guys, this is serious. Look at all your credit cards. Make sure you're using your credit cards. Angry American Brit took my advice, bought little purchases to make sure that she had a relationship with these banks. And American Express, yeah, she's got a relationship with them now, and it's worse, okay? So, trust me, they can shut things off. They can deny credit. They can call it in. There's a lot of worse things they could have done to her, but that's what they did to her. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget we have an email list that you can sign up for. We got a bunch of cool announcements coming this week. Onward and upward, guys. As I get wet, I will see you guys very soon.